Hi, welcome to the Jeep National Championship Series.
Have another kangaroo sausage when I'm down there next year.
Horse riding for Turner in this trenches. There's a Bose fabrication right over big spill. Oh my gosh.
Five, four, three, two, one, go.
the Shanty Creek Resort.
Shanty Creek has hosted National Series mountain bike racing before, but never of this high-intensity, competitive caliber. With final selection to the first ever American Olympic team hanging in the balance. Veteran favorites Tinker Juarez and Julie Furtado had already picked up their tickets to Atlanta. But what of the remaining 2 slots? The race within a race featured all top veteran performers familiar to the podium. And just to make things interesting, front-runner Travis Brown suffered a broken collarbone during a practice run Friday, putting the pressure on Trek teammate Don Myra to challenge grand old man Ned Overend.
It was kind of a fluke accident. It was one of the log barriers on the second option that I've ridden a lot of times before, and I just mistimed it and hit the rear wheel, went over the handlebars and landed on my shoulder, and I broke my clavicle. Ouch. Yeah.
But first things first, Friday morning in northern Michigan saw fast and furious competition in the GT Downhill, held on the ski slopes of Schuss Village, considered the shortest downhill on the Norba circuit. Michigan cyclists described the Shanty layout as sort of a giant BMX course. Once again, the team to beat was Mongoose, home of the Deja Vu victory duo, Flying Brian Lopes going for his 4th consecutive Shanty Creek downhill win, and defending champ Lee Donovan, fresh off the 95 National and World Cup downhill titles. After the semifinal run, Lee held a 4-second plus advantage over a field of familiar faces. In the men's semi, Tovey Hollywood Henderson held a scant 1-second lead over Flying Brian, with crowd favorite John Tomac in 4th. Let's check out those final runs.
Oh yeah! Today, into the heat, she's dawning. The Volvo Cannondale rider making that big left-hand turn. Marla's on a torrid pace right now. The left-hand turn for Team Marin coming on into the finish line.
And our RockShox developmental team. Tim Tracy, next up.
Tim Tracy, it's good to see you here with your bike today. You're looking a little stiff-necked, but you're here.
Yeah, a little stiff-necked after the crash yesterday, but
nothing serious?
Nothing serious, I don't think. Just some torn muscles, maybe some ligaments or something back there, but no breaks. Back on the bike next day, riding, road from Traverse City.
She is on pace. She could very well take over the lead right now. 2:08.85 the time to beat 2.
Certainly, obviously, having some mechanical problems.
Come on.
And will not be a 2 years old out of Provo, Utah, riding for the Mountain Specialized team.
When the dust cleared, Lee Donovan had held court in her 4-second margin. Schwinn rider Elke Broussard had edged out Tara Lanes for the number 2 spot by only 0.3 of a second. The untouchable Brian Lopes did it yet again, coming from behind to make it 4 in a row. KHS rider Dave Cullinan blazed into second place on the podium, and fastest qualifier Toby Henderson had a rough final run, but managed to hang on for third.
I ran my tires pretty soft. I actually used a cross-country tire in the rear. It was a 1.95. I went for the tiny tire to do my sprinting, you know, to keep me more. I tried to go with more of a BMX setup here. Small tire in the rear, fatter tire in the front, and it seemed to work really well for me.
Last year it was a big goal of mine to do well here. So now I've won twice in a row and it feels pretty good.
Yeah, you had a double-double last year, which seemed to really propel you, and you're coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, this race is the first time I won ever in a downhill, and it's really boosted my confidence, and I think it meant a lot for me to win here. Just because it helped the end of my season last year, and it means a lot for me to win with a great crowd of people here, and the promoter and Norbert, they do a really good job there.
Tell me about the race.
Well, it pretty much just comes down to finishing and getting a 2:08 and realizing that it wasn't fast enough. Because I know that Lee had posted a 2:06 in the qualifier, and I knew she was going to go faster.
Lee seems to dominate this course.
Yeah, she beat me here last year, same situation, came down and beat me at the wire, and actually she beat me by a much bigger margin this year. So, but she's more of like a quick load sprinter, and I'm like a sprinter that can sprint and hold it longer. So it was to my advantage last weekend. But here it's really hard to beat Lee Donovan on this course. It's nearly impossible.
No, actually for me on this kind of course, it's a really short course. And just a lot of pedaling and a lot of BMX style stuff. It's really good for me. I'm probably a little bit better at steeper downhills, rougher. So I'm glad to be up on the podium. I'm glad to be at Traverse City. It's great.
Brian Lopes, that's 4 in a row.
Yes, it is.
Congratulations. What kind of a hold do you have on this course?
I guess I have a pretty good chokehold, I guess. It seems like every year I just seem to put it together and do good here. So every year I come back, I'm really psyched, and I got high confidence in myself to do well here.
Congratulations, second place.
Thanks a lot. It was pretty tough out there today.
What were you thinking after your first run?
Well, the first run I tried to be a little conservative because, you know, I know that Brian is just so strong on this course, and I tried to see how close I could get to him, and I actually finished, you know, right there, and I felt good with that, and so I just gave it everything I had the second run.
Friday night, the action shifted to the nearby town of Bel Air, where Ricciardi Park has become the annual summer site of the unusual acrobatic entertainment called the Observe Trials. Observe Trials are a series of obstacle course events incorporating natural hazards like logs, rocks, sand, and water, and not so natural hazards like junk cars, picnic tables, and other raised platforms. The key to winning is balance control. For with each touch or dab of a steadying foot, a point is added to your score, and the lowest score wins. Current national points leader, Mark Brooks, and fellow Pennsylvanian, Sean Miller, held on to their 1-2 positions in both the modified and stock class overall point standings.
So far leading the point series.
That'll do.
Yeah.
What do you think's the toughest obstacle here today?
I have to say tree in the cars, probably.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Have you
though. I
done
haven't
either?
ridden this one yet.
Have you done either yet?
Yeah, tree in the cars, cleaned them both. Great. Right around.
Here was Sean Miller. Sean, what do you think of this year's course?
Some hard stuff. It's pretty good.
Anything giving you trouble so far?
The roof of that car. That was hard.
What's been toughest for you so far?
All the sand.
Pardon?
There's a bunch of sand. You slip in it. It's just a pain.
How many dabs did you have?
On that course I had 1. On the other course I had
3. Once again, the top finisher and crowd favorite for the day in both divisions was the ever-shy and humble Libor Karas of the Czech Republic, who, like Brian Lopes in the downhill, seems to own the event.
The Saturday morning sunrise dawned, the day everyone was waiting for. The Jeep Cross Country competition, with perhaps once-in-a-lifetime Olympic hopes and dreams on the line. At 10 a.m., the key women players in this Northern Michigan backwoods drama prepared to take the stage of 4 laps, encompassing 28 miles, and our famous waterhole competition. All eyes focused on the 4 Colorado competitors as they rolled to the starting line.
Colorado.
I want to hang with the top gals here and do well on the jump, have fun, and hopefully finish in the top 5.
I think it's going to be fast. It's what I call a big girls course, so I'm going to have to do my best to try to maintain a pretty high pace. And
Are you going to take the jump?
No. Number 4. Not for me, but my teammate is.
What's your goal? What's your goal today?
My goal today is to be a top 10. But actually, that's not my foremost goal. My foremost goal is to get faster each lap, to be really consistent on this course. I think that's pretty important.
Right now.
As she had to do, Schwinn rider and favorite Tommy Jocks pressed into the lead, followed by Olympic shoe-in Julie Furtado and challenger Susan D. Mattei. After 2 laps, Tammy held the narrowest of leads with Ruthie Mathis and Sarah Ballantyne over a minute back. But after 3 laps, the Diamondback rider had made her move and pulled away to what would become over a 2-minute margin of victory and a ticket to the Atlanta Olympics. Julie Furtado had dropped out after the second lap, citing fatigue and poor preparation.
Susan DiMattei, I see rings in your future. 6 of them.
I think.
And maybe a gold one, huh?
That would be great. Yeah, I just had to take one weekend at a time, and this was a big one. So it's on to hopefully bigger and better even.
Now, what lap did you take the lead?
About the beginning of the third lap, right through the start-finish area, was when I caught Tammy, and we stayed together for a little bit, and then I think she was fading just a bit. So I just kept my pace, and luckily it was a good one. When I passed Tammy, I had a real good feeling because I knew that people were behind me. I knew they were a little ways behind me, and I was feeling good with 2 laps to go. So I thought if I can just stay consistent, I ought to have it. But you can't take anything for granted. You know, I didn't want to fade. I didn't want to crash. So not until the last mile or 2 was I really happy.
Did you take the jump at all?
No, I didn't. I'm not that jumping type of person, and I didn't want to start now.
What Olympic events are you looking forward to seeing while you're there?
You know, that I hadn't even thought about. I would love to see anything. Gymnastics is my absolute favorite, so if I can get into any bit of that, I would be ecstatic.
How well you and Julie get along?
We get along great. It's going to be fun to have her as a teammate, and hopefully the U.S. gals can, you know, go out there and do the job.
Sarah Valentine, you jumper par excellence, we got you going over the jump.
I did it, just like I said.
4th place.
4th place, yep. Was hoping to come around Ruthie at the end there, but she has a lot of experience in at the very end there, staying in front of people, and I wasn't able to get around her. But I think she got me only by a couple seconds.
Well, describe to me what happened with Ruthie as you approached the jump on the 2nd lap.
Every time I jumped, I passed her. That's it.
Riding for Diamondback, ladies and gentlemen, Susan DiMattei.
At 1 p.m., the pro men gathered for round 2 of Who's the Olympian, with veteran and sentimental favorite Ned Overend and dark horse Don Myra at the center of attention. Olympic team shoe-in Tinker Juarez, the defending 95 cross-country champ, was expected to set the pace.
I'm going to ride still very hard. This is good. This will be a good training race for me. It's basically like Atlanta heat and everything else. So, you know, everybody's going to be riding very hard, so I hope to ride just as hard as they do.
Owasso, Michigan native John Tomac, the 93 and 94 Shanty winner, was also a heavy pre-race favorite.
Johnny T, you're on home turf. What do you think your chances?
Another familiar face, Kona rider Dave Weens, no stranger to northern Michigan, was another strong contender. As the 5-lap, 35-mile contest began, few could have predicted the unusual outcome. Potential pace setter Tinker Juarez, unwilling to press his luck in the heat, dropped out at the halfway point. Focus riders Ned Overend and Don Myra fell back in the pack, and a 26-year-old from Oregon, riding for Scott, surged to the lead to capture his first NORA victory.
When did you take the lead?
Oh, I guess probably the 2nd lap. There was group out 5, and just decided to ride aggressive today. And a couple laps later, was thinking maybe I went a little too soon, but with the encouragement of the crowd, I was able to dig deep and pull it off.
When did you think you had it in the bag?
Oh, you never know until the finish, but I thought with 1 to go, it was pretty good chance there.
The Colorado Cartel, Mark Howe, David Weens, and Rishi Grewal finished 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, respectively, with Howe almost a minute off the pace, and the others 3 minutes back. But who would be the other Olympian? Trek Volkswagen rider Don Myra finished 10th, but it was just good enough to outpoint Ned Overend, who came in a disappointing 17th.
Talked about it yesterday. Your confidence was high. You came through today.
Yeah, but it was a really tough race. It's great preparation for the Olympics, and it's really a shame that we couldn't have a bigger team. And I know I'm really going to miss my teammate Travis Brown. I think he deserves it as much as I do. He really worked hard this season, and it's just a real shame that he didn't get to make the team.
What was the key for you today in this race?
Just hanging in there. I had kind of heavy legs today for some reason, and I owe a lot to my teammates. Just working with me to keep me motivated, keep me going. It was just a tough race.
What most spectators expected on the ski slopes of Shanty Creek Resort on Saturday night was a dual slalom, spelled D-U-E-L. What they got was Upset City. Heading into the finals, everything seemed almost normal. Defending race champ Lee Donovan had triumphed over a field of worthy competitors. Mickey Douglas, second in the national point standings, however, took a bad fall and, though obviously shaken and in pain, reappeared in the starting gate. While favorites Missy the Missile Giove, Sherry Elliott, and Jennifer Zuner were having rough runs.
Yeah, I like it here. It's fun. I just got to remember, like, not to pedal in the corner because I hit my foot on the grass. You know what I'm saying?
How'd you do in the preliminaries?
I think I did okay. I'm not even sure exactly what I got, but I think I was top. Third.
An upstart Australian was moving fast through the ranks. In the final, Katrina Miller faced the dominating Donovan, and everyone held their breath.
She got the whole shot on Miller. Katrina Miller now trying to drive some power to the ground and make up the time on Lee Donovan.
Charge. They come off the United Airlines contract. Katrina Miller coming on strong. Lee Donovan trying to hold the speed across the bottom of the course. Look at Katrina Miller charging. Miller will be at the bottom. Lee Donovan gets her by .117.
Final. One run down, one to go. Katrina Miller riding for Foes Yokohama up against Lee Donovan. Lee Donovan, of course, for Team Mongoose. The gates open up. Here they come. Lee Donovan on the red course. Katrina Miller on the blues. Donovan ahead by 1.17 seconds after the first one. And Katrina Miller out the lead right now.
Really got to jump on Lee Donovan. Going to the creeks now. Jumping the pedals. Lee Donovan trying to make up some time. Underneath the banner, it will be
Oh my, what a run, what a performance.
I just tried to stay focused pretty much. Try not to do anything wrong because in slalom, if you mess up just that little bit, that's enough to put you out. I was pretty lucky right throughout the rounds. I had one little mistake, but I was lucky enough to still make up enough time to still go through.
You've just beaten the world champion. How'd you do that? Amazing. Is this just the beginning of...
I hope so. Slalom is my thing, coming from a BMX background, and I hope I can stick at it and stay with Lee, and all the other girls. I mean, there's so many people that are so close, and you've just got to be the one on the day, pretty much.
In the final women's recap, the top 3 podium spots went to California girls of 3 different nationalities.
In the men's division, the upsets continued, with seemingly solid favorites Mike King, Toby Henderson, and Jimmy Kite taking unexpected seats in the gallery. And then the unthinkable happened. Defending 95 dual champ, Flying Brian Lopes, was grounded. The final duel pitted Pete Lonkarovich against bad boy Sean Palmer.
Pistol Pete Lonkarovich, hammered away, coming on down. Sean Palmer and Pistol Pete. Palmer on the red course. Pistol Pete on the blue, and Palmer is riding like a man possessed. He is not to be denied, and so fast down to the finish line. Let's make some noise right now for these. There's the 3. Here they come on the start. Palmer, Lonkarovich. Palmer down the elevator shaft. Pistol Pete on the right lane here, coming down toward us. Pistol Pete pulling the ball out. Palmer looking for the big move.
Sean, you got a wreath around your neck.
Yeah, I've won, man. I got the leader's jersey. After 2 races, I'm pretty pumped.
Hey, you beat Lopes, you beat
I beat
King, You beat, well, I mean, overall.
Yeah, I beat them all.
How'd you do it? What's your secret?
I just rode a lot of BMX and I skied a lot when I was a kid, so that ski racing helped, believe it or not, in these gates. It's all momentum and lines, so you got to set up to stay smooth and get fast times, so that's what helps me.
Now you're a rookie, is this the tip of the iceberg?
No, it's going to get a lot longer than this. I'm going to stay around for a while. You'll see a lot more of me.
In the consolation match, finally a familiar face, Eric Carter challenged Chris O'Driscoll.
The advantage by .063. They're out of the 30. Let's make some noise for these guys. All right, they are side by side. Coming on down. Carter, O'Driscoll to the finish line. Who's it going to be? Basically dead even after the first run. Carter wins. At the bottom of the course there, so Melody Brown will ready. Racers ready. Emily Brown explodes out of the gate. Mercedes Gonzalez already chasing Emily Brown now, pointed down the hill, trying to build up some speed.
GT Rider is in the lead right now. She touches down with just 4 gates to go. She's got to make a .053. Almost looked like Brown backed off a little bit there. She came off the launch ramp, but it will be very tight underneath the banner. And Gonzalez wins.
A very busy day of mountain bike racing came to a colorful close with a salute to our new National Olympic team. And this time, the fireworks were overhead. Sunday morning, the TV crews and the press were gone, but the major players still showed up to ride. The expert and sport men and women, the meat and potatoes of mountain biking, hit the main course with a vengeance.
Well.
Welcome to the water jump.
Good job!
we got a gate over there this year. The water jump rules. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit harder, a little bit better. How's that for cheese?
Any accidents with the pros?
No, actually had a good day. Not one accident other than a slight bobble and maybe a little bit ass over tea kettle. But other than that, we're all set.
How about the rest of the course? What's new?
Rest of the course, we smoothed it out a little bit, removed some of the slow single tracks and let the course run a little faster so people didn't get bottlenecked so badly. For the expert course, we took out a big hunk of single tracks so there's more passing, making it a better race course and less of a rider's tour kind of course.
In conclusion, as this video serves its purpose, it was a weekend to remember, drawing over 2,000 fine competitors from all over the world and over 35,000 well-behaved and well-rewarded spectators to our natural northern Michigan paradise. Join us next year, June 4th to the 8th, 1997, at beautiful Shanty Creek Resort.
What happened?
Chain just broke the top of the hill out of the ball game.